Right now on ABC 10 News at 4, San Diego will likely get very crowded this Labor Day weekend. How businesses and police are preparing for those big crowds. The death toll from Hurricane Ida continues to climb. This as cleanup begins back east after the catastrophic flooding. Plus, President Biden's trip to Louisiana today to survey the storm damage there. And
I am one of the fortunate of the earth to be able to do what I love to do.
meet the positively San Diego man behind the iconic lily pond at Balboa Park.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
All right, first, take a look at this incident at the border today. This was video from about 2 hours ago. Mexican authorities are lining up and they are refusing to let people through the border. The San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce tells ABC 10 News that some migrants heard false information that there was a policy change on migration into the U.S. and then just started rushing to the border. The situation lasted about an hour and appeared to calm down about an hour later. We'll continue to follow this. Meanwhile, tourists are expected to make their way to our county beaches this Labor Day weekend. That should give the local economy a nice boost. Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala joins us on this story live, where businesses are preparing for those crowds, but staffing shortages, Mimi, they are still a problem.
Hi, Steve. Yeah, we were at Mission Beach just a little bit ago. The crowds were starting to form there, not way too busy just yet. Sorry, it's a little breezy out here as well. We're at Mission Bay now, and you can see things are still fairly calm here as well. But San Diego remains a top destination for holiday travel. The San Diego Tourism Authority saying hotels are reporting bookings in the 80% range for this holiday weekend. They say San Diego has consistently been a top destination in the country since May in terms of hotel occupancy and daily average rate, only falling behind Oahu for most of the summer. So Mission Beach, as I mentioned, was already a little busy this afternoon, and more tourists are expected to arrive throughout the weekend. San Diego police did set up their mobile command center at the beach parking lot, making sure things do go smoothly. And restaurants over at Belmont Park like Cannonball Sushi, Draft, and Beach House are expecting more business this weekend, although they are still dealing with some staffing shortages.
Any holiday here is going to be really packed. Labor Day is one of the big ones. You might have to wait a little bit longer for that table. So anyone coming out here, just be patient with that.
And as with any holiday, doctors are warning of a COVID-19 spike after this Labor Day weekend. They recommend that people who are not vaccinated to avoid traveling. We're live from Mission Bay. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
All right, Mimi, thank you. It looks cloudy right now, but that could be changing. Our meteorologist Angelica Campos joins us now. She's tracking the Labor Day weekend weather. We're talking about a warm-up, too.
That's right, Steve. A ridge of high pressure is going to be building, so that's going to basically push away a lot of the clouds we've seen so far this week. We're going to see a lot more sunshine with temperatures starting out in the upper 70s at the coast tomorrow. Inland communities will be climbing to the 90s, so that cool weather we've enjoyed is definitely going to be just memories. In the mountains, also looking sunny and clear with temperatures around 91 degrees. Humidity expected to be back next week. And just to show you the trend we're going to be in, temperatures will be heating up and staying mild into the beginning of next week. A lot of people also thinking about the beach. We're going to start out with a moderate risk of rip currents, but for swimmers, Sunday is going to be the day of a concern. A beach hazard has been issued for both Sunday and Monday. High risk of rip currents, making it extremely dangerous for swimmers, so just keep that in mind as you head out to the beach this weekend.
Lots to be concerned about. All right, Angelica, thank you. Okay, back east, devastating flooding in the Northeast has killed nearly 50 people now. Remnants of Hurricane Ida ravaged the region this week with that record rainfall, surging rivers, and of course you saw the tornado damage. There were at least 8 confirmed tornadoes across Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. People in the area, they were also warned about the flash flooding, but they were totally unprepared for the extent of the damage and the tragedy that ensued.
We had a 1-hour period Wednesday night that set the all-time record for a single hour in the history, the recorded history of New York City. And no one projected that coming. We are now dealing with something inconceivable.
And could be dealing with it for years to come. We're told the damage in the region is still being assessed, with cleanup just now beginning. The governors of New York and New Jersey say they expect help from the federal government. In the meantime, President Biden arrived in Louisiana today to survey the damage there from Hurricane Ida. He also met with local leaders there. Ida slammed the state as a Category 4 storm earlier this week. Electricity, drinking water, and gas still remain scarce in the state, with deals with that scorching heat right now as well. Biden ordered extra fuel be released from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve. Some commercial flights resumed in New Orleans, and power is gradually being restored to the state. Caltrans is urging drivers to be safe this holiday weekend. The Transportation Department is also working hard right now to prevent those wrong-way crashes on our freeways. Our ABC 10 News reporter Nate Holmes explains how local leaders plan to curb these kind of crashes in the future.
Caltrans announced Friday morning nearly $9 million will be used to upgrade more than 60 highway ramps, and the hope is that this will prevent wrong-way drivers from entering into oncoming traffic.
Wrong-way driving collisions account for less than 1% of all collisions on the state highway system. But then when they happen, they lead to very tragic consequences.
Caltrans District 11 Director Gustavo Delarda stood beside local leaders this morning as they plan to announce the wrong-way driver mitigation plan. Some of the upgrades to the highway on-ramps include LED flashing lights and one-way pavement markings and arrows that can only be seen when someone is going the wrong way. The plan will also include driver education on ways to prevent driving on the opposite side of the road. According to Caltrans, about 37 people on average are killed in wrong-way crashes each year in California. At one point, San Diego was considered one of the deadliest places in the state for these kinds of collisions. Most recently, a married couple who worked for the San Diego Police Department were killed in a wrong-way crash back in June. The couple was driving on I-5 in San Ysidro when a female driver hit them head-on. Caltrans has been working to improve the San Diego on-ramps. The department says in San Diego, wrong-way drivers decreased by 44% after reflectors were added to the on-ramps. In City Heights, Nate Holmes, ABC 10 News.
We have new information tonight on a homicide in downtown that happened earlier this summer. Now, police arrested suspected killer 34-year-old Byron Lee. He's accused of fatally stabbing 33-year-old Yaqub Abdallah at the end of June. Abdallah later died at the hospital. Investigators say the two got into a fight on Market Street in an apparent road rage incident before the stabbing. Lee was arrested yesterday in Ontario and booked into San Diego County Jail for murder. Police also arrested 3 people in connection to a homicide in Barrio Logan. Now, this happened in July on National Avenue. Police found 64-year-old Arturo Reyes, who was homeless and on the sidewalk with stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital and he later died. Yesterday, police arrested Angel Alea, Andrew Juanillo, and Irving Torres. They are now charged with murder and gang allegations.
New job numbers out today are far below expectations as the Delta variant continues to impact the economy's recovery. The Department of Labor says employers added 235,000 jobs last month. The expectation was 720,000. The national unemployment rate did fall slightly to 5.2%. Now, as more companies add COVID vaccine mandates, more people are also looking at how they can get around them. For example, the No Vax Mandate Job Board on the conservative social media site Gab now has more than 35,000 members. HR consulting firm Robert Half is also seeing in some cases people are still applying to jobs that require a vaccine.
Maybe there's a reason they're not able to get vaccinated and they feel that they can share that reasoning with the potential employer who will, hopefully, if they're the right person for the job, be able to come to some sort of agreement, whether that's working remotely, whether that's regular testing, social distancing, masking, etc.
UBS is a company that came out this week saying it is offering that accommodation. The company's CEO says that staff who don't want to get vaccinated can apply to work from home. Other companies are seeing holdups in their hiring process as policies change.
They're getting to the end of their interview process and ready to make an offer to a candidate. Their company has now changed policies to say everybody must be vaccinated. So now they're having to go back and ask everybody the question. And if those candidates that maybe they were about to make an offer to are not vaccinated or not willing to get vaccinated, they're looking that they're going to have to reconsider other candidates.
A big question now for companies is the cost of COVID testing when they require that for people who aren't vaccinated, and who is going to cover that. Don Fay with Robert Half says so far the majority of companies are allowing people to take time off to get tested, and they're not making them use vacation or sick time. They're also not asking workers to pay for the testing. But Fay says that this cost continues to be something that companies are evaluating, so this could change. And a new COVID-19 variant of interest has been confirmed by the World Health Organization. It's a story that tops the news feed. Dr. Anthony Fauci says this latest variant, Mu, is currently not an immediate threat to the United States. He does add that further studies are needed to find out if the COVID vaccines will be effective against that variant. Well, dating platform companies Match and Bumble are creating relief funds for people affected by a Texas law that bans abortions as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. Funds from Bumble will go to organizations that support women's reproductive rights. Match will send aid to help pregnant women seek care outside of the state. Apple is delaying plans to roll out a new tool detecting child abuse. The company announced today the new feature needing more refining. The tool would detect known images of child sexual abuse by scanning files before they're uploaded to iCloud.